How long will you lie there, O lazy bones? When will you rise from your sleep? Like vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so are the lazy to their employers. The lazy person says, "There is a lion outside. I shall be killed in the streets." These are only some of the proverbs in the Bible that speaks regarding laziness, and there are more verses that speaks on its synonyms, like idle, slothful, sluggish, and so on. The Oxford Dictionary of lazy is firstly unwilling to work or use energy, and two, showing a lack of effort or care. By the way, I just want to say laziness is not resting, because we all need rest. So I'm not talking about rest, but about laziness. So, unwilling to work, showing lack of effort, often involves lack of motivation. At the beginning of time, to survive, humans needed to work and search for food. Today we go to supermarkets. So their motivation was survival. What is our motivation today? To scroll through the social media, to run away from our reality or problems? Yes, social media can give us inspirations and ideas as long as we don't become couch potatoes. As someone whom I don't know, unknown, said, yesterday I did nothing, and today I'm finishing what I did yesterday. Because if we don't have any motivation, laziness creeps in. And studies show that laziness often is caused by a decreased level of motivation, which is caused by overstimulation or excessive distractions that increase the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for reward and pleasure. Psychologists speak of various characteristics of a lazy person, but I know that with God's help, all of us can overcome every one of these characteristics. Because when we're lazy, we have excuse for everything. Our most common excuse is fear of failure. We think that if we don't do anything, then we won't fail. But is that the case? 1 John 4:18 says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, for fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not reached perfection in love." So no more fear. Another excuse is fear of change. Changes will take place in life, whether we do something about it or not. It's called life. But more importantly, we as Christians, we are asked to change. Ephesians 5 verse 1, it says, "Therefore, be imitators of God as beloved children." Unless we are imitators of God, we will not change for the better. Another excuse is the fear of responsibility. What if I'm not able to do what is required of me? And everyone will think that I'm stupid. It doesn't matter what people think. Let them think what they want. What matters what God thinks. Let's take on responsibility, because God will enable us to do what He asks us to do, as He did for King David. For he says in Psalm 18 verse 6, "In my distress I called upon the Lord. To my God I cried for help. From His temple He heard my voice, and my cry to Him reached His ears." God will hear our cries and He will answer. Another characteristic of laziness is we become masters of procrastination. We procrastinate when we struggle to perform a task because of negative emotions that come with that task. Procrastination often equals fear. We leave things to the last minute by giving excuses that we perform better under pressure. We say we need to feel inspired or motivated to do that task. However, It takes more than motivation to get things done. We need to be dedicated, committed, self-disciplined, and take personal responsibility. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." We can overcome laziness with God's help, and when we do our part. If we lack purpose, let's find something that holds a special meaning for us. If we lack interest, let's start with something that we are passionate about. Because even if we'll exert a lot of effort, we'll have a renewed energy. As Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." When we find an important long-term goal which matches our interest and purpose, then we will eventually find how to accomplish it. And when we make the small progress towards accomplishing our goals, let us celebrate every one of them. And let us remember Colossians 3 verse 23. "Whatever task you must do, work as if your soul depends on it, as for the Lord and not for humans." See you next time.